Hey, what the hell is so funny? You guys act like this is the first time you're ever on camera.
All right. So Phill, how did you get into the firearms industry?
I got into the industry through necessity of my profession, starting off as a Marine, and that kind of introduced me to firearms on a deep level. I grew up hunting and shooting with my dad, but being in the Marine Corps, it made it my job, one that was important for me to stay alive, pretty important to know firearms. And then as I progressed into law enforcement careers and then into the instructional field, it was always part of what I did professionally. So I was kind of in the firearms industry on the periphery, not a part of it. And then I took an opportunity to jump into the firearms industry in a full-time capacity, and here I am.
What is your background in the military law enforcement field?
I joined the Marine Corps in the mid-90s and was stationed first with Fast Company in Norfolk, and then I did a turn with Bravo Company, 1st Battalion, 6 Marines, did a med float with them right around the time of Kosovo. Wasn't a lot going on in the Clinton administration, so I got out and took a career in law enforcement, worked municipal law enforcement for almost 14 years. About 12 of those years were with a tactical unit with SWAT. We called it CERT, it's Political Correct Northeast. So did 12 years with CERT, also worked within some instructional fields. So I taught anything. I used to joke around and say if I could shoot you with it, hit you with it, spray it on you, or do something of that nature, I was an instructor in it and worked that from basic academy level instruction up through federal law enforcement and different levels of TAC teams.
Phill, what's your favorite gun?
There's a lot to pick from, but if I had to say right now, I would probably choose my Glock 34s. One of them. I have multiple 34s. I used that pistol in competition. When I was in law enforcement, I used a variant. I had to use the 35, the 40 cal, not by choice. I would have chose the 9mm myself. 34 would be my number one go-to right now. Fun to shoot, easy. Got hundreds of thousands of rounds through that gun, and really have the most time and make that gun feel like part of my body.
Where do you see the future of the 2A lifestyle heading?
I think the Second Amendment lifestyle and the shooting sports industry in general are just going to continue to grow and reach new demographics. That's where I think the future is. It was traditionally, shooting was a rural hunting tradition, and we see that over the last 10 years and expanding past that. It's moving more urban, it's changing demographics. There's a lot more women shooters. There's a lot more folks who wouldn't traditionally be into the hunting or be into the shooting sports lifestyle based on hunting entering the industry, and that's really where I see the future, and how we use those guns, where we shoot them. That's all going to change as this demographic changes and evolves, and I think it's all for the best. I think it's good. It's an expansion of the industry, it's an expansion of the community, and a general acceptance of firearms lifestyle. We're stripping down some of the walls and some of the taboo, and I think it's going to expand and expand greatly in new areas we've never seen it before.
Where did you learn to shoot?
My first introduction to shooting came from my dad. He was kind of instrumental, just like a lot of young kids growing up. He had no formal training and no background, so he didn't know the correct terms that we would use instructionally for what he was teaching me, but that was where I really learned my first lessons about firearms, particularly safety and some of the fundamentals. May not have known the words to say, but he knew the fundamentals. And then I really learned and deepened my knowledge and understanding while I was in the Marine Corps, particularly my time at FAST. We got a lot of trigger time when I was with that unit. So that was a good chance to hone my skills, learn a lot about shooting, learn about coaching and teaching shooting and firearms. So that was where my background started, and then just continue to progress. I'm still learning, so it's a never-ending process, learning how to shoot, learning how to get better. You're never at the top, and you just keep working to get better. Thanks for taking the time out, letting me give you a couple of my thoughts. Hope to see you guys real soon on the range or in the shop.